Fifth place. He's also got a chance at the podium. Petrucci, who knows? He didn't sound that confident, did he? Just then when we were talking to him.
And Maverick Vinales yet again back in 11th, really having a tough time, and you don't feel he's going to work through the field here on the bike at the moment.
He looks stressed, he looks nervous, like Neil was just saying on the grid.
In the middle, and alongside him, Danny Pedrosa, 6 Grand Prix wins, 4 in MotoGP. Who's going to win the German Grand Prix in 2017? We'll find out in 30 laps as 68 miles get underway for honours here in Germany. Across the front, sweeping over his teammate, is Marc Marquez from Danny Pedrosa, but already we've got down the grass, that's not good. Folger looked to me like he was heading for the grass at that point.
Shoulder charge with somebody.
Indeed, look at this already, it's looking just a little bit hazy down there. Folger on the 94, Maverick Vinales coming down the waterfall for the first time, that's out of turn 11, and look at Petrucci on the brakes as well, with Folger behind him in 4th place, but it is the 2 Repsol Hondas that are going to lead this lap to start with. That's the Aprilia Malaysia Spargo in front of Cal Crutchlow as they come to the last corner on this track, and Folger runs wide. That's going to give Petrucci the grunt up the hill on the Ducati, you can be sure of that. But at the line, 29 laps to go we have, folks, and it is Marquez, Pedrosa,
Jorge's 1 place forward into 10th.
It's going to be a war of attrition. It's going to be about tyres. Whichever way you look at this brand new surface. None of these bikes have tested on this at all before they came here this week. Back tyres. Michelin have worked twice as hard as they usually do just to give these guys exactly what they want. But of course we've had wet, dry and damp conditions, so not as much time as you might want to spend on your dry tyres.
And this
into the ultimate corner. Now we're in the last corner, rising back uphill to where the Barbara's got a jump start. Hector Barbara's just jumped to start, so the number 8 is going to have a ride-through penalty. That's made his weekend.
Didn't do him much good, he's only 21st.
Folger fastest lap so far, so Jonas Folger, the German here, it's been a long time.
Stealthy progress. It's Lorenzo I'm interested in though. So's Folger.
As Folger tries to get the gas on and goes through, he certainly does. So he now moves up.
Jonas Folger, I would. He's thrown caution to the winds here, Keith.
Well, you would.
He's going for it.
Home Grand Prix, that's what you need. So jump start for Hector Barbara. There is your race direction penalty. He will have to ride through. Of course, for those of you has now gone through, but this man's got soft tyres, front and rear. Jorge Lorenzo has taken a real punt with those soft Michelins. There's quite a lot of overlap on Michelin slicks, but I wonder if there's that much.
Crutchlow attacking Rossi.
As you would expect, Cal Crutchlow fast round here. 2nd here last year, remember. Difficult conditions here last year. Cal, for me. So, 2017 Ducati leads 2017 Ducati. It's the independent team, though, of Pramac that have got Petrucci, who's re-signed for next year with Pramac. Rumour has it that Tito is alongside him. Tito Rabat, we are told, will be, I'm told, isn't it? It's the German Grand Prix.
Here he goes for Danny.
Has he got him? He has. He's slotted it in between them, and they've gone bonkers here. No one's going to be leaving the Sachsenring if we've got a German on the podium. There's Valentino Rossi under a little bit of pressure from Cal Crutchlow, but equally applying pressure to the 2 Ducatis in front of him. The lead one is 9. Petrucci
is just pulling a little bit.
Well, you've got to say he still has the pace over Jorge Lorenzo. Lorenzo yet to... I can't wait till we get through the summer for Jorge Lorenzo when he can reset for the comeback when we get to the 30 laps is the most we'll do all year. And he goes to the front. It's Jonas Folger that leads the German Grand Prix on the independent M1 Yamaha. The Tech 3 monster-sponsored Yamaha leads. I'll tell you what, Marquez is not going to enjoy that. And he looked like he was going to snap straight back at him.
I would buy that immediately. Wonderful, proper motorcycle racing people. And Jonas Folger
looks comfortable. That's the crack, it looks absolutely comfortable. Jonas Folger out front on the 94, and this for the rookie man, remember, he's never ridden that MotoGP bike round.
Lorenzo,
yeah, neat
and Dobby right there.
Follows straight through. If there's a gap, Dobby's going to go for it, but he doesn't get it. Dobby gets squeezed back out, but Valentino has done Lorenzo.
So that's 5th place for Valentino.
But it's all about who's going to be the leading Yamaha. Right now, Jonas Folger. We've seen it before from his teammate Zarco. Remember Qatar when he led right up to, the 7th lap?
Marquez on the brakes up into turn 1.
Yeah, he's not going to now and blast down. Look at this, Folger so fast through there. Down towards 12, into the braking area. This is where Marquez closes it all up. He's so good on the brakes. There's Dobby on the Valentino. Valentino goes back a place.
Yes, indeed. Now he's right up behind Petrucci, the championship leader, don't forget.
Straight back at it. It is Valentino who goes through, Julian. Valentino takes that place back again. So while they are fighting away, Petrucci 5, he's looking at the inside of Cal Crutchlow, he's got that done. Can he keep Crutchlow out wide? He's certainly going to try and have a go at it. No, Crutchlow, he's got big ones, hasn't he? Look at that. He's not going to have it. He found himself back on the divide from this race. He'll take no further part and probably cop a fine. So Hector, Cecilio Hector, couldn't resist
it. I do love that one. I love that to hear that one again. Where's Sam Lowe? He's in 19th, one in front of Bradley Smith.
He's just gone.
Scott Redding right at the back and suffering.
Lowe's is 18th now. Bradley has gone to 19th. Hector Barber is 20th, but won't be for much longer because the black flag is out.
From the fight for the lead. No sign of that yet.
Well, he's got to put himself to the shoulder of Folger and see exactly what Folger's got. But you've got to say Folger's one of the smoothest riders you've ever seen on the smaller bikes. So let's wait and see what he can do in MotoGP. This is the best we've seen from Folger, of course, all year long. Zarco has really outshadowed him. But how many times have we said, if it wasn't for Zarco, we'd all be shouting about Folger?
Absolutely.
But he's done a good job this year so far.
Petrucci's having a very good look. Oh, that's from a long way back to Nilo.
Wasn't all. That's almost tyre to tyre, wasn't it? So Valentino felt the heat of the front tyre of Petrucci's Pramac. Only 23 years old, the German. Yeah. You've got to remember that. Folger is... Oh, that's wide.
There you go.
He ran it out a little wide at turn 1 and let Marquez through. Now he's got to regain some Marquez last time round. Here comes Maverick. Yeah, he looked like he was going to have a bit of a go. Dry tyres and that dry Yamaha, he loves it. Yeah. It's much better.
The Yamahas had no... The factory Yamahas had no problem.
He's in front of you. Go get him. Pedrosa. Mind you, if tyres become an issue, Pedrosa is one of the smoothest riders in the world, and you would say he could make it get to the end. And we've still got a long way to go, yeah. 18.5 laps as we drop off the edge of the world. Oh, look at the power of the Ducati. But on the brakes.
Let the come up to join that fight. Right behind Viñales.
Lorenzo has slipped behind them. Crutchlow is down in 11th place. Iannone on the Suzuki is 12th. Pol Espargaro on the KTM 13th, with Zarco only in a 2-point place. 14th. Yep. Callio is still in a points winning place in 15th.
Bautista took both Lorenzo and Crutchlow last time.
Here's your tyres. So Dobby's on a soft rear as well. That surprises me. That man on... So Viñales moves forward. Crutchlow has got in front of Lorenzo now for 10th place. Viñales up to 6th.
Now, what happened here? We're on board with
Viñales. This is how he did it a moment ago.
2 in 1.
Aleix has to move out the way. And then he's on to Petrux as we go up into turn 1. Air bike.
This is something from Alroth, like Argentina when he materialised at the end of the race and charged up to 4th place.
Let's hope he doesn't launch it. We're on board with Danilo Petrucci, keeping an eye on the rear end of Alvaro Bautista, whose
time last time round was the same as Rossi's.
But 62.2 mile uphill down Dale, and some very tight corners, and those 7 left-handers are a nightmare. Here is Viñales.
Getting that confidence you were talking about.
Yeah, I never thought it was over for this kid this year just yet, but I wonder, oh dear, riding all over the rear of Dobby. He's in a bit of a hurry to make progress, isn't he, to get through. Look at the rubber Michelin is laying around this track. But on the brakes, he's going to look at the inside of Dobby, doesn't get it. Dobby again, that Ducati is 10 k's faster on that front straight than the Yamahas when I looked at the sheets.
Even on that, where's the speed?
Full through goes Dobby on the powerful Ducati, on the Yamaha man. That might make it a little easier for Maverick Viñales. He's going to want to whip past Valentino Rossi as well as quick as he can. But that was an on-board shot of Dovizioso on the Ducati, powering through the last of those left-handers. How quick did Valentino get out onto the straight there? Yeah. And he's going to make the pass straight back at Dobby. So
Ducati again.
Down bottom of the hill.
And Rossi manages to defend it again.
It's all about the bloke in 3rd place in that group, though. Group of 1 for 94, Jonas Folger. No one's going to come to play. There goes Maverick. Maverick through on Dobby now. Now we drop down with Marquez. Folger following. I'll tell you what, 2nd place for Folger would be brilliant. 1st place, though, would be just something. Here goes Maverick. Maverick Viñales on his teammate. Bit of a block pass there. Made sure there was an opportunity for Valentino to get back in at him. Now we then head towards the last corner on the track. There'll be 9 laps to go. What has Maverick Viñales got left? I wonder, can he now pull away? Stony-faced Lynn Jarvis, managing director of this track, they say more. Yeah. Mainly because he likes a bit of flat track, and this place is a bit like a flat track. Are all those 7 left-handers glued together right there with them? But like I say, Viñales easing away, Jules.
Yeah, probably.
It's that close you can't make your mind up.
Yeah, quite.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Not.
And the same goes for the front here, because just when you think Marc Marquez may have a slight advantage, Folger just closes it down by a tenth again.
Really impressive from the German, because that gap went out to half a second. I thought, oh, that's it.
Through mistakes, though.
Through mistakes, and Folger can work back to...
Ever KTM Moto Grand Prix qualifying is at the moment in 14th place and sits on a couple of points for the KTM. Got a lot of testing going on at Aragon next week, the KTMs, and
Bradley Smith's just gone past Callio, Keith, so...
points for the factory number 1 of 99, Jorge Lorenzo, and the factory number 1 of Suzuki, 29. And I'll tell you what, we're getting into a point here where Suzuki got on it. It's looking sharp. Iannone, he had a kick in the pants.
Well,
what Kevin Schwantz said, I must say, was pretty harsh, but absolutely out towards turn 1. Look at it, 0.1 again. Marc Marquez is left in no doubt what's going on behind him. He hasn't looked round once yet. It's white knuckle time in the Repsol camp. It's even worse. Iannone has crashed.
That's after getting past Lorenzo. Here's what happened.
So turn 12, at the bottom of the hill. Looks like it on the brakes, doesn't it? Yeah, it is. So Iannone knocks himself. He was out a little wide, I must say. That was what I was saying earlier. If you're out just a bit offline and you try to squeeze them in track.
But nevertheless, a class rookie.
Unreal.
Embarrassing Marc Marquez.
And he's never ridden that bike round this racetrack until Friday.
And Marc Marquez is unbeaten round here.
3 laps to go. Marquez leads from Folger. The distance between them, 0.15.
Marquez to Folger, 0.4 over the line. That's the biggest it's been, Keith.
Keeping a perfect record for he and Honda here at the Sachsenring.
But what a ride from the class rookie, and that bike is now moving all over the place at the rear end. Judging by that on board, Keith.
Far there, surely. It's 8.5 seconds back to Danny Pedrosa.
And then 3 seconds behind Danny to this man, Maverick Vinales, who has had a pretty good Sunday.
From 11th place on the grid, Julian, I would say he will take that if you'd offered it in to him at the beginning of the race. This man, Marc Marquez. So many times the Germans have seen this man start from pole position. As Folger, though, is the hero. The German will finish second at the German Grand Prix. King of the ring, Marc Marquez takes the win at Sachsenring, easy in the end. But the hero of the day, surely, is the man in second place, Jonas Folger. And is he happy? Danny Pedrosa gets third place. That'll be your podium. Maverick Vinales a fine...